Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 7 of my Billionaire Minecraft series, where I will collect 1 billion iron ingots, gold ingots, diamonds, and emeralds using the All the Mods 6 mod pack in Modern Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I'm going to set up a better power generation system, and I am going to set up an area to spawn and kill mobs. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is I want to build a small reactor from the mod Bigger Reactors. So let's start off with that. So the first thing that I actually did in preparation for this episode was I made a bunch of graphite ingots, and that is pretty simple. You just smelt coal or charcoal and you get graphite ingots. So I've done that and I have quite a few graphite ingots. So I didn't want to bore you with that. So let's get started. So first off, we need some of these reactor casings. I am going to make, for right now, let's do 64. I very well could use more of these in the future, or need more of these in the future, but for right now, let's just start out with 64, and then I need to make some other things as well. So I need to make the reactor terminal, which is kind of the brains, or where I will access the GUI of the reactor, so let's make that, and then I'm going to need to make a power tap, and that is where I will draw energy out of the reactor. And then I need 2 access ports so that I can put fuel into the reactor and I can take out spent fuel out of the reactor. So let's make 2 of these guys, and then I'm going to need to make the design I'm going to use is going to use 9 reactor fuel rods. So let's go ahead and make 9 of these, and let's go ahead and shift click. I do need 9 of these, like I said, and that should be good. And then that means with the design I want to use, I need to have 3 of these. So let's go ahead and do that. So it's pretty clear to me already that I'm going to need more reactor casings. Hello, Mr. Ghost. And so let's just go ahead and make some more while we're here. I'm not sure how many I need. Let's just do the whole shebang. And there we go. So the fuel for this reactor is going to be these uranium ingots, and actually that is almost all of the uranium that I have. In fact, now I have all of the uranium that I currently have in my inventory. So let's go ahead and set up this reactor. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up over here. I am going to have my spawning building, say, like right there. So let's go ahead and set up the reactor over here. And I do want the base to be 5 by 5. It's going to be 5 by 5 by 5. So yeah, let's set it up here. And it would be great if I had like a builder's wand, but I don't. So it does very much seem that I'm going to maybe need more of these blocks. So let's just build the shell real fast. So that's 4, that's 5, so that should be as tall as it needs to be. And so this is obviously a multi-block structure. It's something I built before. However, I should probably mention that in case you haven't watched any of my series before. But basically, these are multi-block power generation units, and you can also add a turbine, but that is something that you do not need to add for a base reactor. So I think I want to go ahead and put the controller right here. And this will be where I access the GUI. And then let's go ahead and do the input and output of the items over here. And these are they look a little bit different than what I've seen before. So the reactor control rods will actually go on top, and they will be where my fuel rods actually start from. And my fuel rods will consist of these reactor fuel rods right here, and they just need to go vertically from the control rods. So this is one of the things that you can choose to. You can put a lot of fuel rods in your reactors, or you can put just a few fuel rods. And there are ways to make these reactors more efficient, such as having moderation blocks inside the internals of the reactor. However, I don't have a whole lot of materials or a whole lot of spare materials, so I'm not going to do that today. It's unnecessary for a reactor that I really don't need a whole lot of power from. I just need some. So let's go ahead and block the rest of this up. And I am going to need more of these blocks, but not a whole lot, thankfully. So let's go ahead and use what I have. And then, so I need 9 over here. I need 3 over there. And then I need, 8 over here. So 17. I need about 20 of those blocks. So let's make some more. I do need more graphite, however, I have more stored. I didn't have all of my graphite in my inventory, so let's grab some more graphite. And let's put that away. Let's sort that, and then let's make 20 of these guys. And I will actually be making... No, I'll be making exactly 20. So I don't think I need any more than that. So... Oh, I actually need 19 because I need to put this power tap in somewhere. So let's go ahead and complete the reactor. And then I do need to replace one of the blocks with a power tap. Or I can just go ahead and do that right now. Let's go ahead and put the power tap right here. I could put it on the underside of the reactor, I think, unless they've changed some of the rules as far as what blocks you can have where. But let's just put it there for right now. If I need to move it in the future, I can. It's not really a big deal. So once this forms up, it should change its textures a little bit. There we go. And so that I now know that this is ready to go. It doesn't have any fuel in it, so it can take 36 buckets of fuel. I believe each ingot is a bucket's worth, but I don't know that for sure. So I do need to change one of these to be output, and that would be the blue. It did change color, and I do want it to output waste, and I can probably manual or automatically pull the waste out. However, for right now, I'm not going to worry about that. I do need to set up a hopper to actually be able to put fuel into the reactor, and there we go. We can see that the fuel is going in. And as we can see, it looks like each ingot is going to be 1 bucket of fuel. So when I turn this reactor on, and I'm not going to do that just yet because I don't have it hooked up to anything, it will produce power, it will produce heat, and it has casing heat, and it has fuel heat. So casing heat, basically you want these two numbers to be about the same. However, since I don't have like moderators on the inside of the reactor, the fuel heat is probably going to be much higher than the casing heat because we don't have anything to kind of help the reactor cool itself. So it's not going to be a very efficient reactor, but I don't super need it to be an efficient reactor. So these numbers over here are the RF generation rate, how hot the reactor is, and I'm not sure if which heat it uses for this number right here. And then this is the fuel usage rate as well as the radioactivity rate. As the radioactivity rate goes up, your fuel efficiency goes up as well. So that is something that you want to be as high as you can. And obviously the fuel usage you want to be as low as it can be. So the next thing I want to do is I want to set up a building to actually spawn and kill mobs. So let's go ahead and build the shell of that real fast. So I have made quite a bit of stone, and let's get rid of everything we don't need for right now. And I don't need onion seeds, and this might be usable in the future, so let's just throw this in here. I'm going to keep the uranium on me because I do want to put it into that hopper. Let's grab a bunch of stone here. And do I have a door somewhere? I feel like I might have a door. I do. So let's grab one door. That should be plenty. I should have probably made some more torches as well, but that's okay. So actually, let's grab a spawner before we continue, because these spawners actually have different characteristics. So the spawn count and the spawn range is the thing I'm looking at right now. So the spawn range of all these spawners is actually 4. So that's actually good because we don't want it to be too big, because we don't want to have to build our building too large. And so having a spawn range of 4 isn't too bad at all. So let's go ahead and build this building. Let's put a corner here. Oh my goodness, my cat's going insane and I'm not really sure why. Maybe he wants attention, but anyways, so spawn range of 4. Let's go ahead and make the door frame like right here. I think that should be large enough. And then we can continue. Let's have, you know what, I'm considering changing this a little bit, making this a little bit wider, because I'm gonna have like an internal like spawn chamber as well as an external room to where I can actually navigate around, because I do need a couple of machines. So let's actually make this just a little bit bigger. So let's knock this, let's make the door right here, and let's just extend this out a little bit. So this soak touch is actually coming in handy here. So we have 4 blocks here. So let's do that over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that can be kind of our corner there. And then let's see where I actually want my spawn chamber. So I think my spawn chamber will be like here. And because the spawn radius is, I'm not sure if that's actually radius or circumference of 4. I don't want to make the spawn chamber too small. Let's think about this. So if I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be okay, I think. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this can be kind of our spawn chamber can be in here. And then I do need area to put down machines and things on the outside of the spawn chamber. So I think this should be big enough. And it won't be a whole lot of extra, but it should be big enough. I don't want to have to make this any bigger though. If I have to make it bigger in the future, it's not super a big deal. Now I'm considering making it just a little bit bigger. Dang it. So, you know what? Let's do it. Because I don't want it to be too small. It'll just be a pain to have to fix in the future. So let's do this. And what I have 5 over here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this will be the new corner. And then we can just drag this out. Let's make our spawn chamber just a little bit bigger here as well. And then once I get the kind of foundation of this this building done, I am going to go ahead and finish the rest of the building off camera because it'll just be me building. And once I have that done, I will come back and finish out this build. So for right now, let's go ahead and finalize the dimensions here. So I don't want this to be, I think, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then corner. And then I don't think I need anything else, so I can just make the remaining corner here. So what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to go ahead and build this up. I do need it to have an interior height of at least 3. I think I'm going to go ahead and do 4 as the interior height. I'm going to torch this up and put some doors in because there needs to be a door here and a door there. And once I have this building finished, or the shell of the building rather finished, I will be right back. So the shell of the spawning building has been built, and let's continue along. So there are a few things I need to make, or at least one thing I need to make here. And the first would be the mob slaughter factory. In the future, I do need to make the mob crusher, which is this machine right here. However, I can't do that right now until I get some pink slime. So for right now, I need to make the mob slaughter factory, and this is the recipe right here. So let's go ahead and make one of these guys. And this will take just a quick second to make because I think I have everything else that I need here. I don't have, sorry about that. I do have an iron nugget and I need 4 gold ingots for that. I should have everything else I need though. So let's go ahead and continue here. Let's make the gold gear. And then I need to make 2 swords. I do have sticks. 2 swords, and then I think that's all the sticks I need. So I just need 2 of these, and then I need 2 of the axes. Wait a second. I thought I had enough sticks here. What do I do with all my sticks? I have sticks. They're right here. Why is it being weird? There we go. And then let's go ahead and make this mob slaughter factory. And I think I'm probably going to need range upgrade. So let's go ahead and see if I can't make a range upgrade. So I do need the dissolution chamber with latex. Let's go ahead and remove this for right now, because I am going to need the latex. Let's go ahead and switch this out to be a fresh oak log. That way I get more latex for my, more bang for my buck essentially. And let's go ahead and just get rid of this. And I need to build that machine, which I totally didn't realize I needed. So let's take a look here. Shoot. I need this right here. So I need the dissolution chamber, which is apparently not too hard to make. Let's go ahead and just type in dissolution chamber here. I need 2 buckets, which I already have. I need diamond gear, which is not too bad to make. I do have several diamonds, so it's not too bad here. Diamond, gold ingots. I have a chest. I have more plastic over here. Do I need 2 or 4? I need 2. Okay, so I need the pity machine frame, which is simple enough, and then I need the gold ingots. That is also simple enough. So sorry about that. I totally forgot about this step here. So the dissolution chamber, I do need the range upgrade because the default range on the mob slaughter factory is not going to be big enough, and in fact I might be able to show you that real fast. So the default range, if I go ahead and hit the show working area, is this right here. I need it to be much bigger than that, so that's what the range upgrades are for. If we take a look at the range upgrades, it just will extend that by quite a bit. So I'm probably going to make the diamond one. It is something that I have plenty of. Can't really make this one, and I have 1 or 2 emeralds I think that I picked up from a chest somewhere, but yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead with the diamond one. So I'm gonna need 2 redstone, 4 diamonds, and 2 glass panes. So let's go ahead and pick this up. Let's make the glass panes, and I'm gonna actually make more than that because I might actually use these in the structure. So I need some diamonds, and I forget if it's 2 or 4. It is 4, and then 2 redstone, so that is nice. So one thing I can do while I wait on this to collect latex, and that is moving along. I can go ahead and put down the dissolution chamber, I guess. So I can go ahead and tell this to pull from the left, and it should be able to pull the latex out of here. And why is that not getting latex? So it should be pulling. It should be. Sorry. So this should be the front. This should be the back. Why am I not getting latex in my tank? Oh, fluid input. Sorry. So that's what I had wrong there. So not just inputs. I need fluid inputs. So that's cool. Let's go ahead and turn that back to ignored. Let's go ahead and turn the working area off as well. So while that's collecting latex, and I do need a bucket, unfortunately. And what I can actually do is I can go ahead and put all my items in here. I believe it doesn't really matter where I put them. It should go ahead and make this the range tier add-on once it gets enough latex in there. So while that's going, what I can do is I can take out a spawner, and I actually want to do something to one of these spawners. So I'm going to use a blaze spawner, but I actually have 2 blaze spawners that I found. And I didn't find these in a nether fortress. I did find them in the nether in kind of an underground like dungeon type thing. So I'm going to use one of these blaze spawners to make into an enderman spawner. And there are a couple different ways to get an enderman spawn egg, and one of those is to actually craft one. The crafting recipe is like so. So let's get an egg. I should have an egg somewhere. I'm not entirely sure which chest I have my eggs in. So I do have 3 eggs. I just need 1 of those. And then to make the rest of this recipe, I need 2 of these enderman charm fragments. We actually make those like so. So these nebulous heart drops are enderman drops that are kind of rare. However, since I've been using a broad axe as my weapon with the luckier enchantment, or not enchantment, but the luckier ability, it does give me increased spawn on those. So I do have the 14 that I need here, and I should only need 4 ender pearls. I have been hunting quite a bit of enderman off camera. It's just kind of a monotonous thing to do during the night. But anyways, let's make 2 of these. And then I should be able to make an Enderman spawn egg. So what I can do with that is I can combine it with a spawner. And it should allow me to turn it into, from a blaze spawner or any other type of spawner, into an Enderman spawner. So if we take a look at the mod Apotheus, and I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong, this allows us to play with spawners. And let's see. So there are spawner upgrades okay, spawner. So if I right click on the spawner right here, Apotheosis, I think is maybe how you pronounce that. But there are things we can do to these spawners. And for example, adding sugar just moves the minimum delay down. If we add a clock, it moves the maximum delay down. If we add a fermented spider eye, for example, it increases the spawn count. And there are a few things that we can do here. And let's see, increases the spawn range. We don't want to do that. This is the recipe that we'll use to change the entity spawned. And spawners can be modified with various items via right-clicking on them. So I need to be careful to right-click on the spawner with my spawn egg to turn it into an Enderman spawner. And then I need to pick it up with the Silk Touch pickaxe that I have. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we might want to do to these spawners. So their spawn characteristics aren't great, but they're not terrible either. So a second is 20 ticks. So all of this is in ticks. So the minimum delay would be 10 seconds or 200 ticks. The maximum delay would be, 40 seconds or 800 ticks. We can change those if we need to be. And actually, these spawners are exactly the same. And the spawn count is 4, which is actually pretty good. And the player range is 16. I would actually like that to be larger, and I think that's one of the things we can change. Because obviously I'm going to be in this building most of the time, and the spawners are going to be over in that building. But if I was close enough to get it to spawn while I'm working in this building, that would be great. I'm not sure if that's realistic as of right now. So this would be player range, and I totally can't get these things right now anyways. So that's not something I can do in today's episode. Let's take a look if this is ready yet. It's about 2/3 there, so still got quite a ways to go. So I might as well start tinkering with one of these spawners. So I do need to make sure that I don't accidentally spawn blazes in my house. So one thing that we can add to these are redstone comparators. So if we do this, we enable redstone control, and they will require redstone control to operate, and that is something I actually want to do. So let's go ahead and make 2 redstone comparators real fast, and the recipe is like so. I do have stone on me. Okay, so that's cool. And I think I need 6 sticks to make 2 of the redstone comparators here. Why? Oh, whoops. That's why I can't craft them, because I'm not in the crafting table. So let's make 6 of these guys. Let's go ahead and make 2 of these. So fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I am going to place them down in a super well-lit area, which let's go ahead and make right here. I do not want blazes spawning, but I definitely don't want them spawning in my house. So they shouldn't be able to spawn anything here because it is plenty light out. So let's go ahead and hit them each with the redstone comparator. And as we can see, the little blazes inside have stopped moving. So one thing I do want to do is I want to change this to an Enderman. And there we go. As you can see, it now is going to spawn Enderman, which is fantastic. So if I remember right, the spawn rates were for the minimum delay was 200 and the maximum delay was 800 on both of these. So I would like to change those a little bit, and I do have a lot of sugar, so I am going to change the minimum spawn time or the minimum delay down as much as I can, and I might even change the maximum delay a little bit as well with some clocks. However, that's much more expensive as it requires gold. However, the sugarcane, I do have lots and lots of sugarcane. So I should probably do some math here. So 200 is the minimum delay, and this will change it by 5. So let's go ahead and see if we can't change it down to 20 ticks for the minimum delay, which would mean a reduction of 180. And let me get out my phone and do a little bit of math here. So 180 times 5, oh, divided by 5. I'm a moron here. Can't do math. So I need 36 sugar per. So let's grab 1 stack and then 8 more. And then we can just make this into sugar. And then we can divide this up and do 36 per spawner. And basically that'll take the minimum delay down to 20 ticks. So basically every second it will be able to spawn. It's not like it actually will spawn them because that is the minimum delay. However, that will be pretty useful. So let's go ahead and do that on both these spawners. Like I said, this is super cheap, so why not? Okay, so this is the Enderman spawner done. And let's do the Blaze spawner. So that is done, and once I pick it up, I will be able to look at the new attributes. However, I'm not going to pick them up because it does a lot of damage to my bronze pickaxe until I'm done here. Let's take a look at how many clocks we might be able to potentially use. I don't think I have a lot of gold, so I probably, yeah, I might make some clocks. Let's just spare 1 stack of gold and make some clocks. Each one does 10, so that's actually more useful. And we need a little bit of redstone for that, and we already have redstone. So let's see if we can't make just some clocks. And I actually like to carry 1 clock on me at this point in the game. So the maximum delay is now 800. This will take down 10 ticks per clock I use. So I'm just going to use this on the Enderman one, and it'll take it from 800 to, what, 640? So that's going to be an improvement there. So that's cool. So a few more things I want to do is I want to make a lever so that I can turn the spawners on and off via redstone signal. So let's go ahead and do that real fast. Let's make a lever. That's not a lever. I need cobblestone. That's a lever. And then I also want to make some repeaters. And I want to make 2 repeaters here. So let's go ahead and do that real fast. And I don't have sticks, but I have sticks right here. And let's make 2 repeaters. One will go into each of these spawners. So that's fantastic, and that should work pretty well. So let's see if this is done yet. It is. So cool. So let's go ahead and grab this. Let's go ahead and replace this machine back with the machine that I should have here, which is the latex processing unit. And that's fantastic. I probably need to reset this. So I need to pull water from the top. I need to pull latex from, whoops, sorry. I need to pull latex from the left. And there we go. Okay, so we got this back running, and we got our range add-on. So if I come over here, let's go ahead and jump into the building and put down our... And actually, I want to get rid of some of this stone. But let's find the middle of this wall here and put down the mob slaughter factory kind of in the middle here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5. So I think it would be right here would be the middle. So let's go ahead and put down the mob slaughter factory. Okay, so this mob slaughter factory will create 2 things. It will create meat and pink slime from the mobs that it kills. Let's go ahead and show the working area, and let's go inside the spawn chamber. The working area is obviously pretty small. However, if we add this, the working area is this whole room and then some, I think. So yeah, as we can see, it increases the working area considerably. And that is more than enough to encapsulate the entirety of this spawn area as well as area outside of the spawn area. So that's more than enough. What I do want to do is I want to add some glass here. So let's get rid of this working area for right now. I do want to see kind of what's going on. So like I said, I want to add some glass. And I don't think it should make a big deal if I do like an entire side worth of glass here. So let's just do that if I can. And actually, this is kind of going to be a pain. So if I get straight on, it'll maybe make things a little bit easier. Yes, it does seem to be a little bit easier to place this glass. Okay, so now I can actually see inside, see what's going on here. I will need to get rid of those torches. So let's actually also do over here. And right here is... Oh, I did that poorly. Did not want to do that. I actually want to get rid of this up here and not the bottom. And I might need just a little bit more glass, but that's okay. Glass is pretty cheap. It's just sand. So I actually do have enough by about 1 extra. And actually I could put that right here. There we go. Have exactly enough glass. I planned that 100% perfectly, right? Cool. So this right here is actually going to need power, and I wanted a more reliable source of power, and so that's why I made this. So let's go ahead and hook that up. And I should probably grab a shovel for this just to be a little bit more precise. And sorry, let me go back to my clock. Yeah, this episode is going to be rather long, but that's okay. I am almost done. So let's grab the shovel and let's go ahead and hook up the power, and then I can go ahead and put the spawners in here and get those going. So the power tap is right here, and that's where we're going to need to get the power from, and the machine that actually needs the power is somewhere in here. So let's just guess real fast. I think it's somewhere around right here. Yes, okay, so I hit it perfect. And let's just run this straight over. And then we can run it down from the power tap and into this channel. Okay, that is cool. And we should have enough of this universal cable here to get the power there. So let's go ahead and hook that up there. And as we can see, it does connect. So that's good to see. And I should not have placed this one here just yet. And there we go. Now we have that hooked up. Let's grab this lever because I still need it. And let's tidy this back up. As much as we can anyways. So there we go. And you know what? Let's go ahead and turn this on real fast. Holy cow. I'm producing way more energy than I ever thought I needed. So to be, yeah, even though the reactor's been off for like 10 seconds, it's still producing like a decent amount of power. One thing I forgot is I can change this. So I do want to do this. So what this does is basically it kind of tells the reactor what throttle value I want to be at. So if we hold the Alt key, it does all rods. So let's do that. And I do want this to be, let's just push it all the way to like 99% and see how much power it produces at basically 1% throttle. So yeah, it's going to be actually more energy than I need. The fuel usage isn't, wow. So I overbuilt this reactor by a lot because right now it's basically at 1% throttle and it's producing that much power. Yeah, so that's super overkill. And the good thing is this does have basically an internal battery, and the lines that I'm using also basically are going to serve as a battery, as they do have capacity that they hold, as you can see in the upper middle of the screen there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this back off, and yeah, producing way more power than I need, to be honest, but that's okay. So as we can see, this does have power. I don't think it's going to use power until it starts killing things. So that's kind of cool. And let's go ahead and put some spawners in there. So I do need to make sure to pick them up with my Silk Touch, with my silky bronze pickaxe here. So let's go ahead and do that. And we should have one be Blaze, one be Enderman. And as you can see, I have altered the characteristics. So let's go ahead and put these in there. I'm actually going to put the Blaze one in the middle, right where this torch is, and then the Enderman one offset a little bit. So let's knock out that. Let's put that there. Let's put the Enderman here. And what I want to do is I want to run my repeaters into these, and then let's run some redstone. And what we can do is put our lever here. The lever's also going to work the door, I think. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this on. We're going to have to manually close the door, but that's not a big deal. And then we should get some spawning going on. We should have Enderman and Blazes. And as we can see, those mobs have been killed. And we have some pink slime and liquid meat. Okay, so that was a lot of pink slime. I'm not sure if different mobs affect how much pink slime and how much liquid meat you get. But typically you get a lot more liquid meat than you get pink slime. Pink slime is the thing that we're actually going to need in the near future. But for right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the episode. What happened to that Enderman? Like an Enderman spawned and then like I thought he floated away or something. But anyways, I think that's going to be a good wrapping up point for the episode. I might need to turn my reactor on and off to actually power the mob slaughter factory. But the important thing is I'm getting the liquid meat and the pink slime, mainly the pink slime that I need for future use, so that I can make the mob grinder rather than the mob slaughter factory. So if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below. If there's anything I could have done better or differently, just let me know down in the comments below as I try to read all the comments. If you enjoy large-scale automation in modern Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel because that's typically what I do. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.